And here we are, live from the Peak District. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to us sitting here on a red sofa. Richard and Judy. No, Punch and Judy. No, wait.
Punch?
Pinch, Punch.
Don't do punching.
It's the Kevin Hall and Richard Vobes show.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, how are you? Now, we're broadcasting, we need to make sure that everything's all working your end. Mm-hmm. Is it working your end?
It's working my end.
Oh, good. That's why I haven't been able to get into the loo for so long.
That's right.
So, there we are. Oh, look, we're up there. Now, let's just get our chat pop-out working. There it is. There's the chat pop-out. And if I do this, a little bit of magic jiggery-pokery. Here we go, the lovely Julia is there. Hello, lovely Julia.
Hello, Julia.
Hello.
Hello.
Which is great. So hopefully people can see us. Broadsword calling Vobie Kenobi. Broadsword calling Vobie Kenobi. Are you receiving over? What film's that from? Is that The Eagle Has Landed? Or The
Yes.
Landed as Eagle?
The Eagle Has Landed. This has been up before.
Yeah, we looked that up, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
So yes, Broadsword calling... And who was that who said it? It was the Welsh actor, wasn't it?
That was...
Richard Burton.
Richard Burton.
Broadsword calling...
Danny Boy? No.
Danny Boy. Was it? Yes, it was, wasn't it?
Was it Danny Boy?
I think so. Broadsword calling Danny Boy.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Danny Boy.
Did Danny Boy have an answer?
I've no idea. Nigel says, can't get it to play. Greetings from Washington State. Hello and good evening. It's struggling sadly. It was working perfectly earlier.
Absolutely.
Hello everybody. Maybe if we all imagine them on the screen. The Circle of Doom. I can see them, says Julia. Oh, right. So, some people are getting us and some people are not getting us, which is a bit of a shame. Let's just have a look on the old...
I think Sue Blount said she couldn't get us either.
The live stream, I see the stream health, it does say is a little bit dodgy. We did have a good signal. I might have to move the modem again. Can you hear us at the back? Can you hear us at the back? Oh, now we're offline. Bollocks, as they say in Belgium.
Yes.
Spasmodic. Had a picture briefly. Oh, well, we had it all working a second ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it's. Hang on. I'm going to go and move the thing.
Can I do it?
No, because you don't quite. You can, but I need to see what's going on.
Oh, right. Okay.
But you can keep talking to them.
I will keep talking to her the best I can.
Okay. I'm just going to dump that down there. I don't know if you can see it from down there. That's the chat bit there.
Yeah.
We don't need that bit up. So you can see yourself.
Hello, me.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. It's just me at the moment. Richard's going to disappear.
I'm just going to vanish, if you can hear me. I'm going to try and move the aerial.
Yes. Vanish into thin air would be...
One thing I could... Hang on, I just need to double check. House one.
Can I switch that off?
No, we will be coming back.
But bear with...
It's crap.
Awful.
Awful. It's crap and awful.
It's awful, yeah.
It's awfully crap. Anyway, we're back. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. So it's very nice. I'm just going to make sure. Oh yes, that tells me that we're online, and that's all good. Yeah. And good. So hopefully, I'll keep the chat box up. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Lara's saying, how's your nose now, Kevin? Well, it's stopped, Lara. Thank you very much. But let me just say, I've got tissue ready.
For those that don't know, poor old Kevin had a bit of a nosebleed just as I was testing the show. It just came on, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it started off.
Nothing, no reason whatsoever. I mean, the fact that you tripped over on that and went head first into the concrete area, that had no effect, did it?
None at all.
None at all, because when you got up, there was nothing, and it was only seconds later.
And it was, I mean, I have to be honest, when I was up in the bathroom earlier on, I was getting a little bit worried because it was pouring out. And bless him, Richard come up with kitchen roll, and I ended up having to pick up the hand towel we had in the bathroom, which is not ours. And I was actually holding that over my nose, and it was pouring out. But thank God it's stopped now. So hopefully it won't be another problem.
That's good. Oh, marvellous. Sorry, I just had a message. Very unprofessional, but I thought it was somebody telling me that we were off.
Off where?
I don't know. Anyway, we're in the Peak District, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the Peak District. And we're having a lovely time. So, everybody's got us now. Did you bring any props from your studio? James DeWill says, no, we didn't really.
No, we didn't. We had planned to.
We did plan something. Veg Grower Podcast says it sounds very echoey. It shouldn't be that echoey now because I looked at it back when we tested it earlier. I'm not using the other microphone in the end because this one works. Are you able to hear us, Richard? Can you put up with it for an hour? He's very finicky. I think there's something wrong with his ears. You see, he keeps using them.
Fussy or what?
If you don't use your ears, you won't have that problem. That's the way it works. Where have we been today, Kevin?
Well, we started the day off at Papawick Pumping Station.
Sorry, we went to Papawick Pumping Station. Papawick Pumping Station.
That's it. Pump, 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 pump. Yeah. That's where we went to. We
got a video to play in a moment.
We have. Which is, before you say it, is not in
Papawick.
It's not in the Peak District.
Oh.
It is in Nottinghamshire. But that's a small technicality because what we saw, well, I've been there once before, but what Richard saw today was incredible. Absolutely fantastic.
It was incredible. A dinosaur in the woods. Oh, no, that wasn't. We did see that.
We did see that, yes.
Dinosaur in the woods.
Yes,
the back end of a stegosaurus.
Absolutely. Was it the back end or the front end?
Well, I didn't see a head. Maybe the head was buried in the...
I don't know. You might...
Had his head in the sand. Maybe it was an ostrich.
Yeah.
So who
big
knows?
Ostrich.
Yeah, it was a big ostrich. Malcolm Hunt says good evening. Barbara Charles says evening, gentlemen, which is very nice. Cheryl Craig says it's a nice clear picture. Fantastic, that's what we like. It does sound a bit bathroom. Well, to be honest with you, it's a largish room with barely any furnishings in it. And the only things we have got are this. We have got the microphone a bit closer, but you'll just have to put up with it. I hope that's okay. Can you cope?
I think it's a bit,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We've managed to get the internet working, I can tell you. There is a hot air balloon, actually, just outside the window here. And I handed the bloke the modem and said, just float about a bit over the house, we might get a better signal.
Yeah.
If it does deteriorate, he's bogged off. Swine.
He's nicked your modem.
He has. So there we are. The wonders of YouTube, says Linda. Says Julia to Linda. Yeah. Not quite sure. Oh, yes. He's being a bit fussy, probably because no curtains. Yes, there's no curtains. There's only curtains for us.
Yes.
So you can ask us questions, any questions you like, and what we've been up to, because we're both a bit knackered. It's been a long day. But first, we're going to play in a little video for you to keep you happy and jolly of where we've been today at Papawick Pumping Station. So enjoy this.
The buzzing thing was in my ear on.
Buzzy thing? What are you on about?
I don't know. Do I ever?
No, not really. Hello. It's later in the day now, and we're at this old building behind us. Where are we?
Papawick Pumping Station.
Papawick Pumping Station. Papawick Pumping Station. Pump, 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 pump. We've had and actually, seriously, we've had a fantastic interview with Ashley Smart, the manager of Papawick Pumping Station. Papawick Pumping Station.
Oh dear.
You didn't know you were going to be doing a song and dance routine.
No, I should have known, shouldn't I, really?
We've had a great interview. We've had a look round. Massive, great big pumping station from the Victorian period, 1880. Incredible, bringing the water out the aquifer and getting it into Nottinghamshire. By the way, we're not in the blooming Peak District now, apparently. So I've, told everyone I'm going to be in the Peak District. We're in Nottinghamshire.
You will again this afternoon.
Yeah, we're going to go.
Or later this morning, I mean.
So we've done that. We're going to pick up Sue Blount.
Yes, we are.
Who doesn't live at the Papawick Pumping Station. Papawick Pumping Station. Pump, 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 pump. She lives in Hucknall. We're going to go there, we can say hello, and then we're going to trug on over to
Cromford.
Cromford, which yet we have not written a song about.
Thank goodness for that.
So we may do another one of these with Sue a bit later. So, ta-ta for now.
Bye-bye.
Papawick Pumping Station.
Well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of sing and dance routine. We try to offer everything, every form of entertainment on the Vobes show. And I bet you never thought you'd see Kevin Hall singing. Just needed a top hat and cane, and he would have been in the asylum.
Yes.
But luckily nobody else noticed us, so we managed to survive. Did you enjoy that, ladies and gentlemen? Crackers, says Sue Blount. Yes. We met the lovely Sue today. Unfortunately, we did do some filming, but unfortunately we didn't do a little behind the scenes for the show with Sue. But we may get one for putting onto Facebook on Friday, I suppose. Because it's Wednesday today. The week is flying by.
It's going so quickly.
We've only been here one day. Two. Cozy.
Yeah.
What?
Hey.
Rubber room on standby. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoke too soon, says Linda Kane. So, really, we're quite knackered. And so we're very interested. We haven't had time to prepare anything because we've been out and about. But we went to Cromford. What do we think of Cromford?
Well, I've been there before several times with Sue. And I was really looking forward to going there because we know what it's like. It's a lovely place. But in all honesty, I was very disappointed.
It was very busy with tourists, but more than that, the blooming road that goes through it, the A6, was... I've never seen a road going through a village that is so major with just so many Arctic lorries.
Oh, they're huge. There was a convoy of 3 articulated lorries coming through, and I think they call them big, but the new sectional types of housing that they're building now.
Oh, right.
And there was one behind the other. There was 3 of them, and
like prefabs.
Yeah, but the corner they came round, they were so big they actually had a job to turn to go back up through Cromford. It was stupid. It's just I've never seen it like that before, ever.
There's a junction where the A6 obviously goes through, and then there's a side turning. It's a sort of T junction. But it means there's 6 ways of traffic because you've got traffic from each direction and then traffic coming back from each direction. So 6 lots of traffic. And to get across all of this to where we were going, which was the Richard Arkwright Mills, which is famous heritage mills that we wanted to have a look at, you've got to cross this section of beat, wait for Venetia. Not Venetian blinds, but you know the old Pelican Crossing.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a Pelican Cross?
Yeah.
Never seen one.
No.
Modern version, not the Belisha beacons. I got it out.
Belisha.
Not that sort of thing, but anyway, seemed to take weeks.
Oh, it was a long time.
Yeah,
Very long time.
By the time that you got one bit to the island in the middle, and then to the next island, and then you had to go to a further bit, each one seemed like you were waiting for your pension, and then you would have to go to the post office and get it stamped and rubber stamped and send a letter back, wait for a fortnight, and then you could get to the next station. It was really a long-winded affair.
It was.
But we did manage to get through all of that, and I was pulling my hair out.
Yeah.
Started pulling yours out.
You did.
And poor old Sue.
Yeah.
Well, I pulled her wig off and threw it into the river there.
Absolutely.
Into the canal, rather.
But every man and his dog was out as well.
Every dog I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And the man attached to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we just couldn't escape. But we did have a nice lunch.
Yes, we did.
What was it again? I can't.
Scarthin Books. Scarthin Books.
Scarthin Books. There's a name that just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Scarthin Books, which is a delightful bookshop that has a restaurant in it.
It has, yeah, just a very small one.
Just a small one, but what a great idea, because you go in there to eat and you end up buying the complete works of Tolstoy.
Yes.
And you sit there reading War and Peace until you've had enough and you decide to invade Poland.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And say, Mein Kampf.
Yeah, the building itself has been there since about 1794, It said on the bit outside.
1974.
No, 1794.
Oh, 1794. Yeah.
But they started building this bookshop in 1974, I think it was. And they've just been adding and adding to it. And it's on 4 floors now, with narrow corridors and even shelves that sort of move on rails, which was very clever. And they've got obviously different parts for different things. Because I'm not a book reader, Sue thought the best place for me to go was into the children's book department and start there, while the other two...
We were reading the intellectual stuff,
Yes.
you know, Enid Blyton.
Yes.
But one of the most, not the most, but a delightful feature was, if you needed the loo, they had a loo, which was good. So you went upstairs, you went to the loo, but in the loo, it's clearly, it used to be an old house, and there is this stand-alone bath, one of those enamel baths. There was nobody in the bath, luckily, next to the loo. Which was quite weird, and then there were these little laminated signs that were saying things like caution hot water and things like this, and you're thinking, well, I'm not. Or no, one was when you finished with the towels, put it in the tub. And I thought, well, who stays in there then? It must have been a hotel or something, or an inn that people had used, and they just kept these signs going. So it was quite quaint.
Absolutely.
So that was very nice. Just looking to see if there's any comments. Oh, Richard looks at Kevin with disbelieving eyes, says Mark Selwood. Hello, Richard and Kevin, says Claire. Hello, Claire.
Hello, Claire.
Nice to see you. Nice. Sue Blount is grinning. Claire says, hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late. That's okay. Steve Muso says, did you survive Sue? Oh, that's a message to Sue, of course.
Musco.
Oh, Musco. What did I say?
Muso.
Oh, Muso. Musco. I mean Musco.
Yeah, Musco.
Musco.
Steve has been my best pal for 34 years.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Is he the one you play
golf with? Yeah.
Golf?
Yeah. Thrashed him last time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Then we played golf.
Yeah, I was going to say. And then what was his handicap? I suppose he had a broken leg, did he? Poor bugger.
Yeah.
Andrew Norris, hello there. What ho? Lovely to see you. So we're open to suggestions, open to comments, open to questions and answers if you would like to answer some questions. We do have separate bedrooms. I'll answer that one right from the start. Absolutely. In case Robert Croser comes on board with
bound
to come in there. So that's all right. Stephen says, don't tell everyone, Kev, that you've been thrashed.
That's a bit late, Steve.
Nikki Jess has arrived. Hello, Nikki Jess. Nice to see you. Nice, which is great. So we've got this apartment here. Let's tell you something about this. I'm just going to swivel. I'm going to swivel. Hang on, so you can see a little bit. This is our apartment. We've got this lovely chair here for Mastermind. And then through there's the kitchen, that door there. There is a small table with a light on, trying to illuminate us. There's a television. We've not switched that on since we've been here. And, just come back this way. There, ladies and gentlemen, is the wildlife in the garden. The kitchen is very big. There we go. I think the ship is sinking. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Help!
I thought it was a wine I was drinking.
Yeah, you're on that special alcoholic wine.
Yeah, sugar-free one.
Yeah, sugar-free, but tons of alcohol. Oh, hang on. Get Kevin back in there. Yeah. We're on the piss again. No, it's Musco.
Musco, yeah, Musco.
Not must you.
Right, Musco.
Oh, blimey, I wish I'd never touched the sodding thing now.
He's been fiddling all day.
Well, it doesn't help that my laptop, ladies and gentlemen, my laptop is on my lap, funnily enough, so there we are. The picture is straight, but the, what's the thing we're sitting on? The settee,
sofa, yeah.
The sofa, the settee, whatever. It's because the floors in the building, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah.
The foundations are a little bit eccentric here. I'll just try that one more time.
Yeah.
That's a bit better. I don't want to bogger. Yes.
So the accommodation is great. Yeah,
accommodation is great.
It's just a little tired, isn't it? We were saying
it's a little tight. Yeah. bit like us.
Especially after yesterday.
And we're on an estate, actually. I thought it's on almost a council estate.
Yeah, probably ex-council.
Ex-council estate. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. It's a funny maze to get to us. We feel like you're in the middle of this council estate with left, right, over the swing bridge, through the tunnel and across a field. So, and yet, this morning, did you hear there's next door has got a cockerel?
Oh no, I didn't hear that.
Did you not hear that at 4 o'clock in the morning?
That's the time I was actually asleep.
Oh, and it went on for about an hour, and then he must have got a sore throat and keeled over. 4 o'clock. But we're sort of in the middle, but we're on the edge as well, which is strange because we can just about see fields if you get onto the roof and climb the chimney. It's not far to fields. And last night it was lovely. I was hearing wood pigeons and owls and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It was great. And taps on the glass.
Yeah.
And a tap on the door. Richard, Kevin here. I'm scared, he said. I'm scared. Can I come in? No, you bloody can't.
Yeah.
So come in again. I'll give you another nosebleed. So.
Yeah. Gordon, no, we're not. We're not going to Matlock Baths on this trip. Because you're quite right, it can be very busy.
This is
the thing we were talking about earlier on, that all these Peak District places, Castleton, Dovedale, Carsington Water, Lady Bower, most of them have got main roads that run through them, particularly Matlock Baths. And the experience we had today in Cromford, all these places are going to get more and more busy in about 3 weeks' time when the schools break up. I've never, the 5 or 6 times I've been to Cromford, I've never seen so many people, although there was an event at Arkwright's Mills today, but it was just crazy. But it is July. It is
July, and my reasoning is that people are on holiday, naturally. Those people who don't have children are taking advantage of the non-summer holidays now. And it's only going to get worse, and because it was a lot of retired people on force. We took a walk along the little canal, and it was like Euston Station.
It was, and I think I said to you and Sue earlier on, if you think about it, we didn't see one child today. Not one. No,
they'd all been put into
Arkwright's Mills to get
on with it, with the weaving and
absolutely.
Stuff. So that was fortunate, I suppose. So thank you, Jordan, for that. Mark says, back now, had to go and feed my mate, the rook. He taps on the kitchen window to be fed. Oh, how interesting. I'll try and get him on camera if I can. That would be lovely. Yes, says Julia, I love corvids. Linda Kane says, is it an old building? Where we are now, this is a 1960s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
And it's obviously been decorated about 10 years ago.
I'd have thought so, yeah.
The laminate floor is a little bit tired. There's scratches. The bathroom door has got as if someone bashed it.
Yeah.
It was cheap. There's no denying. When we looked it up, it was incredibly cheap. From Tuesday to Saturday, it's cost 250 quid.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to go and stay in the Peak District in a bed and breakfast, you'd be looking at 80 plus a night.
Oh yeah, absolutely, easy.
Times 2, because we'd have separate rooms. So to get an apartment just slightly off the Peak District, it's about 30 to 40 minutes travelling time to get there, depending on the time of day you go. And that gets you onto the southwest edge, the southeast edge. And then whatever. But tomorrow we're going on an interesting walk. We're going to walk to somewhere.
Well, we're going to Flash first.
Oh yes, we're going to Flash. Tell them about Flash. Flash. Woo! Leader of the universe.
Yep.
Saviour of every one of us, or whatever it is.
His name's Gordon, isn't it?
Yeah, Gordon Bennett.
Gordon Bennett.
I know Chip Shelf, says Malcolm. I stop there often on the M1 services. in there for a burger. Yeah, well, we're not actually in the services.
No.
We are a bit away from it.
And
So
we're a little bit away from the tip shelf services, but not that far.
no,
Not that far.
you can't hear the M1, which is lucky, because the M1 is actually that way.
That way.
Peak District that way.
Yeah.
So Flash, tell us about Flash.
Flash is the highest village in the UK. I believe is what Sue said this afternoon. But she's got a walk planned. I think it's from Flash.
Yes, there's a walk, and it's something church, but it's not actually a church. It's down a chasm, she said. So I don't know quite what this is, but it looks like there's Flash wobbling on the top of this pinnacle somewhere on the Peak District, wobbling away like this, the highest village in there. And there's not much to see. I think there's a school, a pub, and a single house, something like a swimming pool or something. And then we take a little stroll, and then there's this huge chasm with one of those rope bridges with the slats that every third one is missing, and some of them are more rotten than you realise. And you've got to cross this swinging bridge with the wind that sweeps down there. And so we're going to cross that, and then there's a big rope that hangs down that we've got to clamber down, a bit of old hemp that's well worn, and we're going to clamber down there deep into this old volcanic opening into the very bowels of the Peak District world, where small pygmy-like creatures with bare skin and large fists and bloodied noses will greet us.
Yes.
So that's what we've got lined up for tomorrow. The video may be a lot tamer than that. You never know. I might have to edit out all the gruesome bits.
Yeah, please do.
When you see it. What have we got here? So Sue Blout might say what it's actually called. Oh yeah, Lud's Church.
Well done, Sue.
Well done, Sue. It sounds like Lad's Church, you know, where you go and have a few lagers, sit on the altar. But apparently there's not a church there at all. So that's good. Sounds like a job for Lara Croft, Malcolm Hunt says. Yeah, so maybe Lara, you're watching. You'll be very welcome to join us and set the path.
Oh, look. Malcolm Coghill. Lud's Church is caused by
a landslip. Oh, that's nice. It's not volcanic, it's gritstone. Told me, didn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks, Malcolm.
Someone's a clever bugger.
Yeah, gritstone. Blimey. I don't know much about the Peak District. It's Derbyshire area, says Claire Leach. Yes, that's right, it's Derbyshire. But I think it crosses a bit, doesn't it? It crosses into Manchester, the top end. Into Manchestershire.
Yeah. So it goes up and joins into Yorkshire, doesn't it?
And Yorkshire and all of that. The timing there was perfect, says Lara. I don't know what he was doing. That's the thing. I'll have to look at the rerun. You must put a penny in the tree stump, says Malcolm. Okay, well I will remember that. I guess that means something to somebody. What was that? What's he been smoking today, Kev? I like to embellish things so, you know, there's a little bit of entertainment value here, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness sake. I don't know what's the... Oh, Staffordshire, that's right. Ricky Bryan is saying he's been to the pub. The Lollards used to meet in the church. At the Lud's Church. Is it why it's called the Ludlards? No. Apparently, says Linda Kane, who knows a thing or two, it is currently the highest recognised village in the United Kingdom. Flash.
Isn't that what we said?
Yeah, more or less.
Sort of,
yeah. In layman's terms.
Yeah.
But why is it called Flash? Flash. Woo! Leader of the Earthers.
Was he from there?
Who, Flash Gordon?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where they launched. When Buster Crabbe first took to the air in those string-held spaceships that they used to have in the 1920s, 30s, 1930s.
Probably.
Buster Crabbe as Flash Gordon, that in the never-ending story of it. It's to do with money, says what? The money tree. The money tree. Leave a penny in the tree. We went, Robert Croser and I, here's the thing, shows you how honest we are. You may have seen that we went to the Fairy Hill near the Buddhist monastery, the famous Buddhist monastery that we went and did our prayer mats knitting at. And at the fairy tree, people had left offerings, little trinkets of all sorts of stuff, you know, little models of things, painted stones, old bottles of Lucasade that people didn't want, tins of Tennant's lager, black bags full of old crap that they couldn't be bothered to take to the tip. But also, amongst all of that, somebody had left a £1 coin. And I said to Robert, come on, we can get half a cup of coffee with that. He said, you can't take that. I said, why not? Who's going to take it? He said, it's an offering. I said, well, I'm happy to receive it. Who's going to take it? He said, only the Buddhists are going to come up here every now and again and gather up all the junk and go, oh, look, a £1 coin. That'll be useful. Put it in the slot machine inside the monastery. One of them, you know, those, one of those sort of machines. Have you ever seen them? Don't get your finger ever caught in those machines. It's very painful. Buddha bunting. Yeah, the Buddha bunting. Mac, I think that's what I called it. Was it Buddha bunting?
Buddha bunting.
I've never seen Buddha bunting. Apparently, there is a technical name for that. Robert said they were prayer flags, but Bry, the Ramblings of Bry, who's on YouTube, he did have another name for them. I can't remember, windworms or something. I can't remember what it was. Love the comment about the Buddha bunting on today's video. Well, I did think it did look like bunting. Have you seen that video?
Not yet.
No, not yet. You've got that to come. Counterfeiting money, flash. Oh, is that what it's probably the old English word is flash about counterfeiting. Is that what they were doing up there? Counterfeiting money, blimey, back in the old days. So that's all very interesting. Robert says Mark Selwood was brave taking you to a place like that with bits of tat hanging from all and sundry. Yes, I'm not very good with bits of tat hanging from trees and things. I just think it looks a mess. I know there's some thought process behind it, but I don't really agree with it. And those people who give all those bits of tat and leave those bits of Buddha bunting everywhere, in my mind, a lot of those people who do all that are the environmentalists who are saying, oh, they've got to look after the environment. Meanwhile, here's an old plastic bit of a gnome that I've painted. I shall leave that abandoned in the countryside.
That's very silly.
What do you mean?
leaving plastic.
Yeah, you see. So on the one hand, I think when you leave something, it's got to be biodegradable, surely. Or if it's money, just, you know, have a donations pot so that whoever tidies the place, you know, the groundsman who comes in, at least he doesn't have to go hunting for the money. Probably got a metal detector going beep, beep, beep. Yeah. Where is it all? So there we go. Malcolm Hunt says, not to mention the angry yak statue. I can't remember what the yak statue was. Oh, that was the animal, wasn't it? Yak is an animal, isn't it? Yeah. That I pointed to. I didn't like Buddha. I didn't like that. Hence why it was called Buddhagate.
Buddhagate, yeah.
It was a 1950s building with what was it? What do you call that stuff? The cladding, with the cladding on it. It was just poor taste, really.
Yeah, but it's.
I mean, in the 1950s, it was, you know, all right.
How much money are they earning from all this then?
Well, I don't know. They made £1.
Oh, yeah.
We know they made £1 out of it. Because I didn't take it, ladies and gentlemen. I left it there. The next person who went up with his child, you know, turned up there, went, oh, here, look at this little daisy. Look at that. Go and have a look at that over there. There's £1, thank you. I bet he nicked it.
Yeah.
I bet he nicked it. I prefer Buddha to margarine. Yes, me too. I like full fat Buddha.
Yeah.
Which you always get a full fat Buddha, don't you? Because a semi-skimmed Buddha wouldn't be very good. It would be like a cat without its fur.
Yeah.
Jordan says, I was born in Chesterfield in Derbyshire, and we used to live in a village called Bolsover.
Yep.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And I've lost it. Which has a castle on the top of a hill.
I don't know the castle, but I know Bolsover.
Is that touristy?
Not like we saw today.
No, not like we saw today. Is that anywhere? Is that on our trips?
No, I haven't got that planned in there.
Oh,
We came through Chesterfield just on the way back.
bloody shame. That would have been nice to go there to Bolsover and see a castle on the top of a hill. That would be.
Yeah, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
That would be nice. Yeah. But no, that apparently is not on our. Not on our itinerary.
No.
Not the way. Apparently we can't change our itinerary either.
Ask Sue. She's in charge.
Oh, Sue.
Sue Blount.
Are we going past the Chesterfield Castle at Blowover?
Bolsover.
Oh, Bolsover.
Bolsover.
Yes. Malcolm says, I remember at 3 Shires Head, where Staffordshire, Cheshire. Oh yes, somebody mentioned the 3 Shires Head. Who was that?
Sue today.
Oh, Sue. Yeah, Sue mentioned that. Where the 3 and the bad lads would meet to do illegal things and jump into another county to avoid the rozzers. And I suppose by jumping into the other county, you only got to walk from one end of the room to the other, presumably. Mark says, people pay to stay at the temple so they can run things on donations. Yet it's not 1,000-year-old monastery from Tibet, but it's for, and it's come to an end there. But it's what it's for. Yeah, well, I run my show on donations, so I haven't got an answer to that one.
There's your answer.
Where's that? We could do.
If you want to go to Bolsover to see the castle.
Oh, yeah. Well, it means something else would have to drop out.
But the bottom comment will change your mind.
Oh, it's expensive to get into I thought it was free. Forget that. I'm not spending the patrons' money on expensive stuff. No, stick to the plan. We're going to Flash tomorrow. That's on Flash. Woo! Leader of the universe.
Hi, Fiona.
Fiona Cooper is watching us. Hello, Fiona. Lovely to see you. Well, we can't actually see you,
no.
But hope everything's all right. I understand that there was one of your relations has got some bad news, so we're thinking of you.
Yeah,
just so you know. Mark Selwood has always got something wonderful to say. It's beautiful here, isn't it, Richard? Isn't it?
Isn't that beautiful?
He says, I always watch the live show for spiritual enlightenment, of course. Yeah. Isn't it?
Isn't it? Isn't it lovely?
Isn't it? It's beautiful here.
Beautiful.
Veg Grower Podcast says, English Heritage. Well, that's why it's expensive. English Heritage site. Yes, they all want lots of money, these people. Name Master Mark. Namaste. Namaste. I don't know what you pronounce.
It's almost like Nikki Jess is typing that.
Is it? She's watching.
I know she is.
Oh,
hello, Nikki.
Hello, Nikki. We do love you from the bottom of our hearts.
Yes, we do.
Right, pumpkin.
Okay, Apple.
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Bolsover Castle is nothing special. It's a knackered old mining town. Hardwick Hall is much nicer and worth a visit.
I've been to Hardwick Hall.
But now Hardwick Hall's just up the road here.
It's not far, yeah.
It's not in the Peak District.
Peak District's that way.
Yeah, Hardwick Hall's that way.
Is it?
It's on the east side of the M1, isn't it? The Hardwick Hall.
I thought it was in.
The Hardwick Hall is strong and tough, and only the best is good enough. Nestle Hardwick Hall. The Hardwicks are on me.
Question to Sue Blount. Sue. Hardwick Hall. Isn't it?
Isn't it? It's beautiful there, isn't it?
Is it up the M1 near Chesterfield Way-ish?
According to the map that I saw, Hardwick, is that the one with a big house, the stunning big house, very square, looking with big long windows, and then there's 2 sort of crab-like arms that go around with a big entrance? Or is that a different hall I'm thinking?
I'm not sure. I think the Hardwick Hall is the one that Sue and I went to last year when we went round the very ancient ruins of Hardwick Hall, and then there's another Hardwick Hall. But I think it was where Sue was saying that she went and Hardwick Ponds.
Isn't there one that's National Trust or something? Again, you have to pay to go there.
Oh no, she's saying you're not far from Hardwick.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it's in the Peak District. See, I've been selling the idea we're going to be in the Peak District. So I want to be in the Peak District. I don't want to be around here because we would have said we're in Nottinghamshire or on the M1. But it's the Peak District is what I'm, been promoting. Mm. So we have to keep going into the Peak District. We don't have to visit places. We can just get lost on the moors. Deep on the moor. Don't go on to the moors, Mr. Holmes. They were the different moors. They were down there on the Dartmoor, wasn't it?
Dartmoor, that was, yeah.
Mr. Stapleton.
That's a long way from the Peak District.
Sherlock Holmes. It is a long way, yeah. But it's another moor. It's more or less the same.
More.
Dun, 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 tish. Old MacDonald had a joke. No, Kevin. It's Kevin Hall. It's Kevin Hall. Yes, National Trust. Yes, it probably is. We probably will. What do you mean we probably will? Yeah. We can't go there.
What will we probably? We probably will what, Sue?
Yeah.
We need to know.
Now, you've been coming up to the Peak District for 20 years, so you must have an opinion about the Peak District. I mean, 20 years, you must have an opinion about it.
No.
You what? No?
No.
I can't believe that you've been coming up to the Peak District for 20 years and you don't have an opinion.
Do I have to have an opinion?
Well, in 20 years coming up to the Peak District, surely one way or another you'd know whether it was peaky or not.
Well, whether it's peaky or not, I still haven't got an opinion.
You haven't got an opinion after 20 years?
No, I have not.
Where are you going? Oh, he's flounced off into the kitchen and he's filling up a glass of, some of that expensive wine that he's brought back. You can't, on a live show as well, ladies and gentlemen. That's just outrageous. I wish I was in Wiltshire. But never mind all of that. Here he comes. Feel a bit better?
Thank you very much.
So in 20 years, you're still not going to tell us?
No.
All right, we'll move on. We don't want a repeat of what happened last year.
What happened last year?
I can't possibly tell you.
Hang on a minute. No, maybe get all uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm so soggy.
Have you got an opinion about that?
No, not whether you're soggy or not.
No. Could be soggy.
Yeah. Sorry about the lighting, ladies and gentlemen. That's nature. Big window there. The sun's going down. These lights are getting warmer. Looks like we're in a sort of red light district now, which of course we're not. Kevin has just gone off to get another sherry. Okay. Kevin likes Chatsworth House, says Claire Leach. What's at Chatsworth House?
Oh, I love Chatsworth.
Is that where you go and have a good old conversation with people?
You can chat your heart out.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you use the loo for the other reason?
No, the Chatsworth is fantastic. Derbyshire, Peak District. And it's the the home of the...
is it on the moors?
Sue, help me out. Who does it live there? I can't remember the name of the people. Been there lots of times. There's a Christmas market there. If anybody is up this way...
Christmas market? We don't want to go to Christmas.
Well, just let me... If anybody's up this way at the latter part of the year, please go to Chatsworth House because it is incredible. The people that work there, the volunteers, dress in, depending on what period they're going to display, they all dress up. There's a massive Christmas market there. The atmosphere is incredible. I can highly recommend it. The Devonshires. That's it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, carry on.
So we're going to the Christmas market to see if we can find some baubles.
Yeah.
In a programme that is supposed to be about heritage, landscape and nature.
Mm.
And we're going to look at historic baubles.
There's some beautiful historic baubles up there.
Yes, that's because you will be taking yours. But they are for private viewing only, apparently. Get your tickets and you can view those. Yeah. We don't want to look at those baubles, thank you very much. We'll lose viewers left, right and centre.
Email me and I'll send you a ticket if you can give
I thought you were going to say send you a picture. Oh my!
Oh goodness!
Chatsworth is one of the world's greatest houses. Chatsworth. I've been to
Meadow Hall.
Meadow Hall, no, not that one. No, I can't remember if it is Chatsworth. I did a... Might have been Chatsworth. There was a very big country house, one of these big Chatsworth type houses, on Halloween one night. Mm-hmm. And I had a group of people, and I had to tell them a spooky story. And they didn't know they were going to get this spooky story, so they were all taken into this drawing room, and they were all waiting there, wondering what was going to happen. I was dressed as a ghoul, with white and red and bits of black on my face, bald head as ever, in this old dinner suit that was tatty and covered in cobwebs and all that, white up face and stuff. Ghoul-like, Ghoul, ghoul-like, just giving you the spelling, ghoul-like. And they were waiting, it was getting dark, blah, 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 it was about 9 o'clock at night, and then suddenly I went splat against the windows, and they all jumped out of their skin. Then I came into the room very slowly and went, "Good evening." Like that. I didn't have glasses then, I had both eyes, which is a shame, because if I had the one eye I could have twisted it round or put in a different eye that was like bloodshot or something. "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Gather round." I said like that. "Gather round." And at that point, somebody turned the lock in the door, because they were all getting up going, "Nah, I don't think we'll have this." And it was like, ladies. So I can't remember it was it was one of these very big, enormous, houses, a privately owned place. That was like people could stay, but only the elite could stay there, posh people.
If it was Chatsworth House, could you go down this incredibly long drive?
Yeah, this had a long drive.
Yeah, and it's a road. It actually runs right the way through, and you can go out the other side. But it's
Is that what happens if you miss the house?
Yeah.
Where is it now? I don't know. It's here somewhere.
Yeah. The only chance you've got of missing it is if it's thick fog.
Oh, thick fog.
Yeah.
Duke and Devonshire, Duke and Duchess of Devonshire. Chatsworth is one of the world's Cavendish. Oh, Cavendish. Is that what they smoke? Is that what they put in their pipes? A bit of Cavendish in their Meum pipes. He said, "I thought it was Thomas Darby for some reason." Oh, the Duke isn't very good at geography. He thought he was in Devon, says Malcolm Coghill. Well, that's probably about right.
That's the sort of thing I would have expected Mark Selwood.
I thought you was about to burst into song then, Kevin, says Mark. You should always flash your baubles. Well, when we go to flash, maybe you could flash your baubles.
No, you're right.
Dean Cooper says Winchester has a Christmas market around the cathedral. It's fantastic. Everybody's talking about that. So many people I've met have been talking about Christmas market. Went to Mousehole. Mousehole, Richard. Mousehole.
Lovely there.
Went to Mousehole in Cornwall. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Mousehole in Cornwall. Mousehole, Richard. It's beautiful there, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It is beautiful, yeah. But it's Mousehole, Richard. We call it Mousehole. Yeah, anyway, whatever. This is a nice Christmas market in Mousehole. But we're filming in, whenever it was, June. We're filming in June, Mark. We're filming in June. This is a nice Christmas. There's no Christmas market there. The Christmas light, not the Christmas market, the lights. The Christmas lights. Apparently, Mousehole has all these Christmas lights, and it's world famous. It's world famous for its Christmas lights. Yeah, we're filming in June in the daytime, Mark. It's daytime. It's June. We can't just conjure it up. We're not going to go to Google and find an image and shove it on, because we'll have our channel shut down. For goodness' sake. It's beautiful though, isn't it? Isn't it? It is. Thank you, Mark. We love you, Mark.
We do.
We love you from the bottom of our hearts.
Right from the bottom.
All right, Pumpkin.
All right.
Apple. Maggie.
Hello, Adrian. Sorry.
Yeah, hello, Adrian. Sorry about it. Adrian who? Oh, Lidget. Good old Lidget.
Yeah.
Mark says Salmesbury. What's this? Salmesbury Hall near Preston does a good ghost hunt regularly. It has a lot of priests' holes around it. So if you're a priest, be careful. Got very dodgy floorboards. Holy child, follow me. Ah!
Maggie, send me a message and I'll recommend one or two places to you.
In relation to what? So the others people know.
Sorry everybody. We've not yet visited the Peak District. We hope to bob along in our caravan sometime soon. Any particular spots you like best, Kevin? Lots and lots, Maggie. I've been up this way for about, I don't know, 18 years.
Cromford.
That's
Give it a miss.
quite regularly, but I've got family links up here. Sue's my cousin. My father was born up this way, and during the visits up here with Sue, we've been out to lots and lots of places. But one place that we touched on going yesterday was Dovedale, Maggie. That's beautiful. So
busy, very, very busy.
Can be busy, yes, indeed.
No camper vans allowed.
Especially not on top of the peaks.
Yeah, leave them on the road. That's probably the best. Love you, pumpkin, says Mark Selwood. Can we finish summer first? Yes, says Linda. Exactly. It's exactly my point. Let's forget about all these Christmas lights.
Yeah.
We forgot to mention Mousel's Christmas. Yes, I've just mentioned that, Mark. I've just mentioned Mousel. It's Mousel, Richard. It's Mousel. It's beautiful though here, isn't it? Look at that lovely building there. It's beautiful, isn't it? Isn't it?
Isn't it?
It is. Yes, Mark. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't it?
This is a gunpowder now. It's got a lot of gunpowder in it. No, it's got no gunpowder. This is Mousel.
It's now going to be Mark, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it, Mark?
Mark, isn't it? We got Mark with a Q and Mark, isn't it? Everyone's getting nicknames on this. Hello, Richard. Kevin here.
Yeah.
And not only nicknames, they've all got catchphrases. Except for Robert Croser. We're waiting for Robert Croser's. He keeps borrowing David Henry Allen's. David Henry Allen's is, hello, thank you for joining me.
Yeah.
That's his one, and Robert keeps nicking it.
And he gets mine wrong.
And he gets yours wrong. So they're beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
We've got to be very careful, isn't it? Because otherwise, isn't it? It's going to tell us off.
Yes, well, that's true. But it's no. Veg Growers saying bar humbug. We did look for bar humbug. It's not on the maps, actually. We were driving around for bloody A. Went down this very, very knife edge, the sort of pathways you get in Italy. Those roads on the side of cliffs that go up and like
or
this.
India.
In India, what do you call them? Those
sheer drops.
Yeah, but there's a word for them. Those snake-like path that have.
Well, it's like a pass, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's a certain name for those winding paths, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. But whatever it is, in Italy and in India, well, we were looking for those. The Bar Humbug Pass we were looking for.
Yes.
Yeah, couldn't find it.
We found mint.
Mint.
Yeah.
Spears.
And
all sorts of other things. There was some other herbs up there as well. I think parsley. Very friendly lion, as far as I remember.
Yes.
I'm a very friendly lion called Parsley. Do you remember the herb garden?
I do, yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Do you remember the wooden tops?
Yes, I remember the wooden top.
Twizzle.
Yeah. I vaguely remember Twizzle.
Bill and Ben.
Bill and Ben, yeah.
Flobber-lobber-lob. Flobber-lobber-lob.
Time for bed.
Bob up, little weed.
Little weed. Flobber-lobber-lob, little
Yeah.
weed. A little weed never said anything.
What was the one with the little family and they had a cow?
Pogle's Wood?
No.
Wooden
tops.
Got a wooden tops.
Wooden tops.
You've already mentioned them.
Have I?
You got a 20-second memory.
When did that happen?
Earlier.
Did it?
When you climbed out the goldfish bowl.
Oh.
You don't remember that?
No. What's a memory?
I have no idea. It's a small data card, isn't it? If I remember rightly. Your impressions of people do make me laugh, says Lara. Yes, I don't know you well enough, Lara, to do you or Ricky. But I imagine, Lara, when you've got... This will probably mean nothing to you because you're too young. And I never even watched the programme, but some people might remember... Ricky! Apparently that was from EastEnders, but I never even watched EastEnders.
No,
but everyone was going around going, Ricky! There's a character called Ricky apparently in EastEnders. By the way, if ever you watch EastEnders, East End is nothing like... So if you're overseas and you're looking at Britain and you think the East End is full of Cockneys, it's not. There is none left. They are died. They're a dead breed. There's none left now. There might be the odd one stuffed in a back end of a bus somewhere, going around collecting tickets, but basically the EastEnders is a Trades Description Act. You'll have the trading standards coming along. Actually, I had the trading standards visit me, and that's true. Yeah. That's another story.
Yes.
Laura, you're not fodder for Richard's humour just yet. It's a joy, I can tell you, says Mark. Poor old Mark. I appreciate that, Mark, because I do ridicule people, but people really have to be able to take it. Because it's beautiful down here, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Which is very... Twizzle was Jerry Anderson, that's right. Second, yes, there we are. Supercar, do you remember Supercar?
No, I don't.
Supercar! Supercar! Supercar!
I remember Stingray.
Yes, Stingray. Right.
Mark says,
yes.
That's why weed was green, because Bill and Ben
flogged a lot. Little weed, but it was in black and white.
Yeah.
So how do you know it was in green?
Yeah,
mind you, most weeds are green. To be fair.
They are. Yeah.
That's true. Apart from things like red valerian.
It's like we're walking along the canal today.
Yes, we did.
I said it's a shame there's no colour out at all.
We walked along the canal path.
Canal path.
We can't walk on.
We can't walk on water yet. So we're walking along, and I said it's a shame that these plants aren't out in colour because it would be fantastic.
Yeah.
But then you said...
Oh, you said there's just no colour along here.
There's just no colour along here.
And I said there's plenty of green.
Plenty of green. Yeah, that's what he's been doing all day.
I've been like that, yes. All day.
Can I just say, when we were having a meal, not only did I have his nibs picking on me, but also Sue Blount. And then they both started at the same time on at me.
Yeah.
So can I please have a bit of sympathy from somebody?
This is a man who tells you that he doesn't have sugar, and I believed him because he was not eating very much sugar because apparently it's hard for his health, or difficult for his health, or he can't swallow, he's got no teeth or something, I don't know what reason it is. And then Sue said, oh, but you do like your wine, don't you? And he said, well, I only have dry wine, not sweet wine. And she said, so that means what? Because it's not sweet wine, it doesn't have any sugar in it.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Yeah.
That's a truism.
It's a very truism.
Super Bowl, then Fireball XL5. Yes, good old Fireball XL5. Then Stingray, then Thunderbird, then Captain Scarlet. And what was that awful thing with... the wickedy woman thing, Gazelda or something, Zelda or something, the Terrorhawks, wasn't it?
Oh, no.
No, Kev, Rose.
Rosé.
Oh, Rosé.
Steve, you need to rush back from France and help me out here, mate.
Yeah. What's he doing in France?
Steve's on holiday with his wife Laura.
What's he doing watching this then?
Because he's part of the group now.
I know, but he's on holiday.
Oh, but I messaged him and said...
Make sure you watch, or there'll be trouble, Steve.
Yeah, yes.
There'll be trouble.
Yeah. And he's got nothing better to do.
No, of course
he's on holiday.
Oh, I must say, hang on a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I can see the picture quality has really gone down. I'm just going to see if I can do something about that. Hang on 1 second. How are we doing for time? We're nearly at the end. Let me just see if I can.
Already?
Yes. We've done an hour already. You know how it goes. Hang on a second. I'm just going to adjust the exposure like that. And okay, and there we go. That should be a bit brighter, ladies and gentlemen. It might be a bit stark now. We're going into black and white mode. Apologies for that. Let's have a look at the comments there. Hi, Dean from beautiful Cornwall. Lovely in Cornwall, isn't it? Stephen says, I'm bored. Yeah, not at all surprised. Thank you. Bored of being on holiday, you mean?
Yeah.
If you are somewhere with a good view to the south, tonight's a great evening to see Saturn. I did see a red balloon.
Mark, which way's south, isn't it?
99 red balloons, in fact.
99
red balloons.
Okay.
Yeah. Poor old Kevin.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you.
No, please don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah, no, please do.
No, don't feel sorry for him. Well, 10 minutes was lost at the beginning. Oh, yes, a good point, Lara. See, Lara's soon getting into the bloody gang of the thing where they go, hang on a minute, we haven't quite had our money's worth. We haven't quite had it. You've caught up very quickly. Yeah. That's very nice. Fastest 60 minutes on the interweb, this show is Barbara Charles. Thank you, Barbarella Charles.
Oh, yeah, that really helps, doesn't it? That's a comment, isn't it?
Yeah, south is opposite the north.
Yeah, thanks, Malcolm.
Yeah, if we can find the North Pole, the North Star, well, that's usually up in the sky, isn't it? That's not actually north, because then you're looking up. So I never quite understand how any of that works.
No.
We're getting a little bit of we're going into slight blurry. Oh, what's this? Blurry mode now, ladies and gentlemen. Slight blurry mode here.
Look at Lara.
Don't try and rip us off, bloody cheek. I don't know.
Can I just say then?
Yeah, of course.
Can I interject here?
Yeah, interject.
When we did our last show,
yes,
we did an hour and 12 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So
we can minus some.
We're in credit, aren't we?
Yeah, actually,
we
are in credit because we overdid it last time. We always overdo it.
Yes,
we overdid it last time.
And that's because so many people love us on the interweb together.
Yeah, because they can turn us both off at the same time.
God, we've got separate bedrooms.
Dean says, thanks, Mark. I'm missing my second home. Where is your second home? But I'm looking to book my holiday soon. Oh, you're talking to Mark. Hope we can meet up in St Agnes. And the L is silent in my handle, says Barbara Charles. Why have you got it there then? Well, I don't understand. If it's a handle, surely it's a made-up name. It's not like a real name. So why would you put in a letter that you then have to explain is silent?
Barbara Charles.
What?
Barbara?
No, Barbara says that it's yes.
Oh,
the L is silent.
Yeah, the L is silent.
Well, I heard it when you just said it, Barbara.
Well, I made a point of saying it.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be silent, you fathead. It says Barbara Charles.
Charles.
Is that all one word, Barbara? Is your real name Charles Barbara? Is that really, or is it Charles Barbarol? Barbarol. I need to go to the Barbarol. And
someone else has already had Barbara Charles.
Oh, is that? Oh,
right.
Yeah, bloody cheek.
They nick the names, don't
we didn't know. We're slow up here. We're in the north. We're all a bit. Don't say that.
No,
we'll get into trouble.
You will.
Yeah, Mark Selwood says it's beautiful down here in Cornwall, isn't it?
Isn't it?
That could cool. He's talking to Dean. That's cool.
Yeah.
We could go for a walk and do some exploring.
Now says I feel blurry after my second glass of wine.
We've not had it. He's had wine, non-alcoholic wine,
sugar-free, non-alcoholic wine.
Yeah, waterless.
It's just water.
Yes. Maggie says it's great that you're putting up things on Instagram now. I'm not on Facebook, so it's nice to keep up with the mischief of Mr. Vobes and Co. What you're up to. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you. Nice, sensible suggestion there. Comment there. Yeah. We're trying. I want to do more videos on the gram of instance, or instant gram, as I call her. I always think of her as a granny, an instant granny.
Who? Maggie? You calling it Maggie an instant?
No. Not Maggie. Instant gram.
Instant gram, yes.
Yes, instant gram, So I need to do more video. But I keep forgetting. It's just so busy concentrating trying to make one video, let alone all this peripheral stuff that one has to do. Mark Selwood says, I don't have Instagram, but I know Apple does. Yes, probably bought out the company by now. Apple. iGram. Is it run by Facebook? So it's Mark Zuckerberg, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you won't have any chance of getting it there. Barbara, do you think it's because you'd think it'd be obvious? LOL, says the lovely Julia. Yeah, but this is the harder thinking here, Dean says I'd like to try and tie Mr. Vobes into the Cornish adventure. Would you? Tie me under a bush or something.
Right, okay, he's going to tie you, is he?
I said, and join you down. I'd like to go back to Cornwall, I really would. I think so, isn't it? Says Nikki Chess. Hello, Dean and Fiona from London. I prefer Instagram, says Claire Leach. It's just pictures though, isn't it, Instagram?
You can put a little video on as well. But you can make comments, you can pass comments on. So,
yeah, but you can't have a group in the way that Facebook has a group.
I don't think so. I'm not certain about it.
And you can't do links on Instagram. You can't. You've got one link in your bio, but you can't link through. So if I put a picture and say, "Hey, today's video, we watch Kevin have his nose bleeding off. Click the link here." You can't. You can't do it, which is a shame because I would like to do that.
I'll show my nose bleeding.
No, have a link. Mark Donna Kebab says sugar-free, alcohol-free wine. What's the point? I don't drink booze. I do like Mr. Fitzpatrick's cordials, though. Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Good old Mr. Fitzpatrick. If it fits him, it must be good. I'm building a wagon apropos of nothing, Malcolm Coghill, who told us that wherever it was a crappy old country in the Lake District. He says, I'm building a wagon for my garden railway as I watch this. A wagon for my garden railway. That's nice. Lovely George says, I only use Instagram for contacting school friends. Oh, nice. But do you have to keep putting a picture up every time you want to contact a school friend?
That doesn't make sense.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
There's IGTV on Instagram where you can put slightly longer videos up, but you have to do that, don't you? When you put your videos up, you have to format them from horizontal. I looked into this with Mr. Suggett, and you got your video like this, like every proper film person makes a video, and you do it like this, and then Instagram makes you do that. That's not rude. It's just the back of my hand, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it painful?
Very painful, because my thumb was extended. I sometimes prefer pictures to an intimate relationship, says Mark Selwood. Don't let Nikki hear you say that. This picture's beautiful down here, isn't it? Isn't it? Cheryl Craig says you can have links if you get followers. Oh, if you get enough followers. If you had the links, you might get more followers, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh.
You can get groups, but they're not the same as Facebook, and yet it's owned by Facebook.
Yeah.
You would think that you could go from Instagram to Facebook. You would think that they would make that possible because it's the same people, and you could shuffle people from Instagram to, say, a Facebook group. That would be useful, would it not? Oh dear, says Ricky Martin, Mark. Dean Cooper says, I have Instagram, but I don't have any friends on it. Well, it's quite small, isn't it? That's the thing about Instagram. Not only many people can get on it, because, it's push me, pull you. I'll add you, Dean. What's your username? His username is don't add me, which is why he's not been getting so many friends. It's a shame. Mark says, Mr. Fitzpatrick's Raw 10 stall is the only temperance bar left in the UK. They make their own booze-free beers too. Good for them.
Mr. Fitzpatrick.
Raw 10 stall. Oh, okay. Cheryl Craig says Facebook and Instagram are having problems with photos today. Currently not loading anyway. What do they do with them all? I asked Mr. Hall here. He was taking some pictures of a reed or a bit of grass or something that just happened to be buzzing in front of his eyes. I think it was a bit of his imagination, really. He just got get a picture of that, click. And I said to him, what do you do with all these pictures?
And I said, I keep them.
He keeps them. He doesn't look at them.
No.
He just keeps them. They're somewhere.
They go into folders, like today's will be transferred from my phone from my camera direct to my phone. They will be then put into an album. And I will have a label on there saying...
Not a physical album?
No. It'll be all stored away.
In your computer?
In my computer, or onto my external hard drive.
And then when that fails?
I lost them all.
Yeah.
Thousands of them.
But will you ever look at them?
I do from time to time, because Sue Blount and I, we're in a group, it's a private group, very small one, 46 members, which is called Nature as You See It. So we will, sometimes we do a theme. Sue produces a challenge sometimes, and so you might be looking for certain photographs that you want for that theme or that challenge. So you've got to then perhaps try and remember where you took the photographs. So you go to that album and you take one from it and you post it to the group.
There you are.
They are.
Can't knock that, can I? Much as I wanted to, I can't. I just can't. I see that Richard picture, Mr. Mark. What? Lara, glad to hear I'm not alone. What does Lara say? I haven't been able to do Facebook pictures. Lara says, it's a wonderful problem with a lot of people. WhatsApp went down and did direct messaging on Twitter. Yes, okay. Mm-hmm. You Southerners pronounce everything north of Watford wrong, says Malcolm Coghill. Of course we do. We do it. The thing with us Southerners is what we do is we do it phonetically. So we take the words like, here's a good word. You may not have heard this word before. If I can find the bloody place. What was that? Wigan stall or whatever he called it just now. Hang on a minute. The Raw 10 stall. Mm-hmm. We're just taking it phonetically, you see. Raw 10 stall. Rawtenstall. But you probably say something like Rawtenstall. You know what I mean? It's like Rawtenstall, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like Leominster. Have you been to Leominster? Very nice place. Only they call it Lempster. Who would know?
And the other day, some people we know have said Towster.
Oh yeah, Towster.
But it's toaster.
Yeah, instead of spelling it like Toaster, like toaster. Hi there, new. You're buying a toaster. It's Towcester. Towcester.
Yeah.
But they locals call it toaster.
Toaster. Yeah.
But it's spelt wrong. So I would say toe, because T-O-W, toe, cester, toaster, toe sister, toe twister.
Yeah.
You be careful, Ran. There's a lot of little things you can get. Don't go bare feet. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Richard, please pronounce Alnwick. Alnwick is how you pronounce Alnwick, but it's not. It's something like Annick, isn't it, or something? If I remember rightly, it's Annick. Wick. People often have a different interpretation of that. It's Bury, where the famous black pudding comes from. Yuck, Bury. Or as when I went to sell Snug and Cozy, my TV series, we went up to Granada Television. We were staying near Bury, and we asked somebody, said, "Can you give us directions to Bury, please?" Because down in South England, we have a place called Bury Hill, and it's very good. There's no berries on it. There's strawberries nearby, but that's not the Bury we're talking about. And there's burial grounds there, but that's not Bury. And he said, "What, Bury?"
Bury, yeah.
Bury? I said, no, Bury. He said, "Bury?" He said, "Oh, well, where's that then? Maybe we'll ask someone at Bury where Bury is."
Malcolm.
Oh, yes, Annick. There we go. Thank you very much, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Bury. There we are.
Yeah.
See, now you can spell it right there, Malcolm. You can spell it Bury. So why don't they put the extra R in to help everybody out? That would be mine. You're very welcome to come to Leominster and stay in our tea camper van.
Now, this is what we were saying just now. Art camper van. Or if Sue Blair was saying, are we going down to shops?
To shops.
Yeah.
To mill.
To garage.
To bottom of
Shall we go to cinema?
Shouldn't go to cinema. I see what you're saying. Welcome to come to Leominster. There's a lovely place. I've got to try and remember this. Just up the road from Shrewsbury, or is it Shrewsbury? Nobody ever knows. And it's called. Harriet and I always joke about it. What's it called? Harriet's not watching, of course. Harriet and I used to joke about this place all the time, and it is called. Oh yes, we saw the sign, and I read it once. I said, "Oh, there's a lovely village called Gobberwin," and Harriet looked at me and said, "Gobberwin? What kind of a name is it?" Gabowin. It's like a Welsh. It is a Welsh village. Gabowin, but it's spelled Gobberwin, and I just said, "Oh look, there's a place called Gobberwin." I'm going to have to end the show fairly soon because we're on limited data on my modem, and I need a little bit more of the data to do his live show in case his internet doesn't work, which is on the 13th.
Oh yes, the 13th.
So that will be interesting. Next week, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Lara is going to appear on the Vobes show from Vobes Studios at Vobes Towers.
Oh, excellent.
So that will be nice. I should be able to get my own back on her then. So we'll look forward to that. She also wants to do a walk with me somewhere. Hopefully it's not a long walk on a short pier, because they're in Bognor, and I believe they do have a short pier in Bognor.
Yes.
So who knows?
Yes.
I don't know is the Alexandra Theatre still there? I once played on the Alexandra. I performed, ladies and gentlemen. I performed on the Alley Pally, not the Alexandra, not the Alley. Not anyway. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Don't start the shrubberies. It says in the shrubberies. Yes, we want to build that. Berwick, Berwick in East Sussex is pronounced Berwick. Berwick. Yeah, see, Berwick. It's interesting, all these different names. What about Stenning or Steen Gardens? What about it? I can't pronounce the letter R, For example, when I say rainbow, it's pronounced wainbow. Is that really true, Jordan? You can't say the letter R? You read R? You must be able to... When you see a cat and it's had its little kittens, what do you go then? How do you... Can you not go R? Because there's no other letter to... There's a cat. Oh.
That's the one I saw this morning.
Ginger cat, that one.
Oh.
Swine, that is. It's a beautiful show tonight, isn't it? Isn't it? Thanks for the beautiful... It's beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
It is. It's a beautiful show.
Beautiful show.
What a great show. I enjoyed it so far. Might go downhill. Yes, I think we're going to stop, ladies and gentlemen, whilst the going is rough. So thank you.
Well, Ricky's saying, it is Mark, isn't it?
Everyone's going to be doing that to poor old Mark.
Oh,
bless
Mark.
him. That's good fun.
What have we started?
Sorry, Maggie. Don't know how the t got there. That was my mistake. T-mill.
T-mill.
Camper van. What do you call your camper van again? You've got an odd name, Wilson or Marvin or someone.
Sue Blount.
Yeah.
Mark Sue Blount says, Mark, I've had that all day. Beautiful,
isn't it? Yeah, we have been. Can't believe I missed my first Vogue show. Says RGIBB fan. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Argib fan. Argib. Who's it? Is it? Oh, Gibb.
Gibb fan. Robin Gibb fan. Is that right? Robin Gibb fan.
Robin. Is he from the Bee Gees?
Yeah.
Blimey, I knew something. Actually knew something.
Well done.
Blimey. Well, if you've already done half of me, don't blimey all of me. Apple, you're beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Very life of Brian. Oh, Wadwick. Oh, is it like that? Throw him roughly to the ground.
Mark Selwood said, it is so beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Dean Cooper says, good night, gents. See you soon. Take care. Good night, all. That's a good night tip from him, and it's a good night tip from us. So we're going to go tit for tat and say arrivederci. Thank you so much for watching and making our evening go swell.
Thank you very much, everybody. My second live show, and it's been brilliant. Loved it again. Have we gone over time?
Yeah.
Are we in credit again?
Yeah, look, we're in credit by 20 minutes.
Woohoo!
So until next time, take care, keep smiling, have lots of fun, and we will see you soon, like a big fat baboon.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.